I'm interested in creating a greeting card, a birthday card, a thank you note that I can fold and, well, print first on my own printer and fold and put in an envelope and give to a friend or family member or coworker. And I noticed if I clicked on one of these, I do get a really beautiful birthday greeting that I can edit and I can change. But this is like one page, and I'd have to add another page, and then I'd be printing out on 2 pages. I just want to keep it real simple and print something on one. And I haven't found that in VistaCreate, so I can make my own little greeting card. So I want to create my own greeting card. So the first thing I know is that my standard size sheet of paper, so I'm going to click on custom size, is 11. I'm going to change this to inches because we measure in inches. Is 11 by 8.5, or 8.5 by 11 is a standard size sheet of paper, but I also want it to be landscape, so I want it to be on its side. So I'm going to put 11 by 8.5 instead of 8.5 by 11. But the truth of the matter is, on another tab, I did the 8.5 by 11, so you could see both. I will just get to that later. So let's start off with this 11 by 8.5. And the first thing I want to do is add some background color to it so that I can see it a little bit better for this demonstration. Now I will tell you, I'm not going to go crazy on the design here. I just want to give you the idea of how to create a greeting card here that I can print out. I'm going to type in a line. I want to quadrant this up a little bit, and it doesn't matter what line I pick, and I don't know why I'm being picky here, but I want a line, and I want to stretch it out so it goes across the page. The other thing I want to do is move it so that it is centered on the page. So from top to bottom, that's centered. And then I'm going to make another line that I rotate and also stretch. And I want that to be centered as well. So I'm looking in here for the grid lines to pop up, and there it is. I have a little pink line running through the white line. The problem with this is I broke this up into quadrants, which is what I wanted. The problem is these grid lines will print, and I don't want them to print, so I would have to remove them a little bit later. So so I want this to say something. It's a happy birthday greeting for a friend who likes puns, so bear with me here. I know this is and I want it to say happy day. I don't need the mode. I also want it to fit on one line, so I'm going to reduce this down. I also need to leave a little bit of room for, it has a technical name, but my printer needs a little bit of space to hold on to the edge of the paper. So I always want to make sure that I have that space. Happy birthday. And I just want basic text. I'm going to add some cows. I heard it's your birthday. Because, I'll add several cows that make a herd. And I would get a little bit fancier with this. Maybe use a different kind of font. And type in cow. This one's kind of cute, and it's free, so I'm going to use it. And a couple of them because it's a herd. And now I want to space them out a little bit. I'm adjusting things, of course. I would get a little bit more picky about this if I were really going to print this out. So I have this in the first panel, and then I want my main message to be in the second panel. So I'm going to add some more text. And I want it to say, may your birthday joy last for heifer. You know, forever, for heifer. And I want that to be the same size text as it was here. I'll move it to this panel over here. It could maybe be a little bit bigger than that. I'm going to try. And I want one of these cows over here to be down here as well. So I'm just copying and pasting. And I have this nice greeting card. So the other things I can do is, let me see, my files. I have my logo. The logo can go over here in the middle if I have like a design, but this isn't a business card. This is a card for just a personal. I would want to handwrite love and then put my name underneath it. So handwrite something. But this would be printable right now. I could send this to my printer and it prints on one page, and I'd have to fold this from left to right and then fold from top down. So this would be my top message over this. The only problem is right now this would be upside down. So the last step I need to do is select every element on this side, and I want to flip them upside down and push it over a little bit. So I would flip, once it's printed, I would fold it in half from this side to this side, and then top down so that this would be on top of this message. And that's how you would create just a single greeting card. I don't want to send it to the printers and print like 100 of these or anything like that. I know VistaCreate is a good printing company and they do great work with printing and all. This is just something I want to download and print myself on my own. But what if I want a portrait card, something like this? Where does everything go on something like this? It's a little bit different. So I'm going to just copy these elements. In this case, my happy birthday part, the front of the card, goes down here. And I would want to center that a little bit better. My message can go at the top. Shrink it up a little bit. It is definitely not straight. I want to do that. And then my logo, if I want a business logo, would go down in this left-hand corner. So I would fold it again from left to right. And then I would fold this top to bottom, but this needs to be on the front. One last thing, I just need to mention this program, again, these grid lines that I put in here to divide it up, before I go to download as a PDF and print, I would want to remove these grid lines so you don't have them printing out. So remember to always delete those grid lines. All I'm doing is clicking on a line and hitting delete on my keyboard to get rid of those. Then I'd want to download as a PDF file, and then once it's downloaded, I can send it to my printer and print that out for my friends.